Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. Going to be giving you the player ratings from Manchester United's 1-0 defeat to Everton at Goodison Park. So I'll start with David De Gea. I'm going to give him a 6 out of 10. De Gea was not at fault for Anthony Gordon's deflected goal. And De Gea made a fantastic save to deny Richarlison. De Gea has been sensational this season. Earlier on this year, he got named the Premier League's Player of the Month for January. He's won everything domestically at the football club, and he's made over 500 appearances for Man United in all competitions. Earlier on this season, De Gea did say, "I don't see myself away from Manchester United." That was prior to the game against Atletico Madrid in the Champions League last 16. This season has been his 11th season at Man United, so reflecting on that, he's been a long-serving player. He's been with us since the Sir Alex Ferguson era. His contract at Manchester United expires next year. He receives £375,000 a week. He is our number one goalkeeper. He reclaimed the number one spot back last summer. Moving on to Aman Wan Basaka, I'm going to give him a 5 out of 10. I thought defensively he did well, but he lacked that attacking intent and he didn't really get into any good positions and couldn't really put a decent delivery into the box. I'm surprised Aman Wan Basaka started yesterday. I thought Diego Dalot would have started because Diego Dalot has appeared to be our first choice right back under Rangnick, and Dalot's actually been impressive in a lot of games under Rangnick. But yeah, we decided to go with Basaka. I think Man United could sell Aman Wan Basaka this summer. This season has been his third full season at Man United. Man United got Basaka from Crystal Palace back in the summer of 2019, got him for around £50 million. Victor Lindelof, I'm going to give him a 5 out of 10 average performance by him. Lindelof obviously came in for Raphael Varane. You know, Raphael Varane wasn't available yesterday because he's injured again. Lindelof is not one of our first choice centre-halves anymore because obviously Man United signed Varane last summer. You know, Lindelof has played a lot of games at United. You know, he's played a lot of games alongside Maguire. He's played games alongside Varane. He's played games alongside Bailly. He's also played alongside Phil Jones. Do you think Man United could sell Lindelof next year? Lindelof's been at the club for over 4 years. Manchester United got him from Benfica back in 2017. Got him for £31 million. He's under contract with Man United until 2024, is Lindelof. Moving on to Harry Maguire. He's going to get a 4 out of 10. He enjoyed a pretty poor game. Weren't his worst performance, but still wasn't good enough. You know, there was times in the game yesterday where Maguire couldn't get out of his own half. You know, his passing wasn't good. And Everton's winning goal got deflected off him. Man United will sell Harry Maguire this summer. He's not good enough to represent the club. And the other week it said Harry Maguire's Man United future is in doubt. Man United are prepared to sell him this summer, and he got booed for England not so long ago. We definitely overpaid for Harry Maguire, got him for 80 million. He's the most expensive centre-half in the world at the moment, and he's the second most expensive sign at the club behind Pogba. He's been at Man United, Maguire, over 2 years now, and he's had quite a few injuries since he came to the club. I can't understand how he's still captain. You know, a lot of Man United fans have been demanding for the captaincy to be taken off him, especially throughout the course of this season. Rangnick said earlier on this season that Maguire would remain Man United captain until the end of this season. Moving on to Alex Tallis, I'm going to give him a 6 out of 10. I don't think Tallis did too bad. I thought at times in the game yesterday, he had plenty of the ball. He made some good runs, and he got into some good positions. Tallis obviously started yesterday because Luke Shaw wasn't available. Luke Shaw is out with injury. Tallis has had a lot of good games though under Rangnick. You know, we got Tallis from Porto back in 2020. The reason we brought him in was to provide competition for Luke Shaw. Tallis, do you think he'll leave Man United this summer? Because he has been subjected to a lot of transfer speculation before. Moving on to Matic. He's going to get a 5 out of 10. You know, didn't enjoy the best of games. He challenged Alex Iwobi in the game. It was only a soft challenge. I think that actually led to the goal. I think Matic also handballed it in the game. The reason Matic played is because McTominay wasn't available. You know, McTominay is out with an injury at the moment. Matic isn't one of our first choice midfielders, but despite that, he has been given his opportunities at Man United. He's the only predominant centre defensive midfielder Man United have got at the moment. I'm expecting him to depart the club this summer. He's out of contract this summer. You know, he's been at the club now for over 4 years. Man United got him from Chelsea back in 2017. We got him in a deal worth £40 million. Fred, I'm going to give him a 5 out of 10. Had a quiet game when he was on the pitch. You know, Fred came off in the 36th minute of the game with an injury. Fred scored the equaliser in the 1-1 draw against Leicester last weekend. And Fred, you know, he has had his good games at United, especially under Rangnick, but I don't rate him. You know, he has been at the club now for quite a few years. Man United got Fred from Shakhtar Donetsk quite a few years ago, got him for £50 million. Bruno Fernandez, he's going to get a 6 out of 10. He didn't do a great deal in the game. Did create, I think, a couple of opportunities. There was one part in the game where he played a lovely ball to Marcus Rashford. Bruno Fernandez has been nowhere near as good this season as he was last season. Not so long ago, he signed a new contract with Man United until June 2026 as an option to extend for the further year. His wages doubled. Fernandez now receives £240,000 a week. Fernandez has been a Manchester United player for over 2 years. Got him from Sporting Lisbon back in January 2020. Man United initially paid around £47 million. You know, Fernandez has not been the same player since Ronaldo re-signed. But despite that, I still think he's one of our best players, and he's certainly one of the best signings we've made since Ferguson retired. Marcus Rashford, I'm going to give him a 6 out of 10. He had a couple of early chances. You know, Jordan Pickford made 2 good saves to deny Rashford. Rashford did come off in the game. I don't think we should have taken Rashford off. Rashford got dropped from the starting lineup in the 1-1 draw against Leicester last weekend. Manchester United want Marcus Rashford to stay at the club this summer despite his wretched run of form. Earlier on this season, Rashford told his friends he wants to quit Man United, and Fabrizio Romano said earlier on this season that Rashford was considering his future with the club as he was concerned about his lack of playing time. You know, he's been subjected to a lot of transfer speculation, especially throughout the course of this season. Rashford is a good player overall, but for me and a lot of United fans, he's not been the same player since he had that operation on his shoulder. He missed the first 2 months of this season with that shoulder problem. He had a minor leg injury earlier on this season. You know, you can put Rashford on the left, you can put him on the right, you can play him as a central striker. For me, you seem to get the best out of Rashford when he's on the left-hand side. You know, he's not good playing central, and I don't think he's that good on the right-hand side. You know, Rashford has been part of the club for a long time. He came up our academy. He's been a United player since the age of 7, and he broke into our senior squad back in 2016, and since then he's gone on to make nearly 300 appearances in all competitions. His contract expires next year. Jaden Sanchez, he's going to get a 4 out of 10. I thought he enjoyed a poor game. You know, Sancho has done nowhere near as well as a lot of Manchester United fans expected. He has had his good games since he became a Man United player. You know, revert back to when we had Solskjaer, you know, Sancho weren't that good, but, you know, Solskjaer did persistently play him out of position. There was quite a few games Sancho didn't even play in under Solskjaer. Sancho did enjoy 4 good years with Dortmund before he came to United. We got Sancho in a deal worth 78 million with add-ons included. We paid 73 million up front. You know, he's under contract to Man United until June 2026 as an option of a further year. Ronaldo, I'm going to give him a 4 out of 10. He enjoyed a poor game yesterday. Ronaldo did have a late chance. Jordan Pickford blocked it. Ronaldo also got a yellow card in the game. Ronaldo missed the 1-1 draw against Leicester last weekend because he was out with illness. Now, on my last video, I gave you the news on Ronaldo. Police are investigating what Cristiano Ronaldo has done. Ronaldo has apologised for the mobile phone incident at Everton. It said Ronaldo smashed an Everton supporter's phone. And the mum claims that Cristiano Ronaldo bruised and assaulted her son. You know, Ronaldo could get arrested for this. There's a very good chance that Ronaldo will be departing the club this summer. Don't know where he's going to go from Man United. You know, Man United re-signed Ronaldo last summer for 20 million, with add-ons included. He wears a number 7 shirt and his contract at Man United expires next year. There's an option to extend for a further year. He's the highest earner at Man United at the moment. He receives, is it £500,000 a week or almost £500,000 a week? Since he re-signed Ronaldo, he's scored 18 goals in all competitions. He's got over 800 goals in his career and he's won over 30 trophies in his playing career, including 5 Ballon d'Ors. We brought substitutions on in the game yesterday. We saw Paul Pogba come on. I'll give him a 5 out of 10. Pogba did get a yellow card when he came on. We saw Wan Mata come on. I'll just give him a 6 out of 10. And Anthony Elanga came on in the game and I'll give him a 6 out of 10. So, that is your player ratings from Manchester United's 1-0 defeat to Everton. It was a poor performance by Manchester United yesterday. Like I said, Everton's goal came from Anthony Gordon. It got deflected off Harry Maguire. It was a massive win for Everton. You know, now they do have a good chance of avoiding relegation. Let me put into the equation that Everton were missing players yesterday. Obviously, they had no Andros Townsend, he's injured at the moment. They had no Van der Beek, he's injured at the moment. Van der Beek's on loan at Everton from Manchester United. Everton have no option to buy Van der Beek at the end of the loan. They were missing Nathan Patterson. They had no Yerry Mina yesterday and they had no Tom Davis. You know, Everton lost in midweek to Burnley 3-2. And they lost last weekend to West Ham 2-1. You know, Everton's manager is Frank Lampard. He's a bad manager, Frank Lampard. You know, if Everton were to go down this season, then I'd expect Everton to sack him. I think that at some point they'll sack him either way. You know, Lampard's not Everton's long-term manager. Frank Lampard's been the Everton manager for over 3 months. Everton appointed him in January this year and he's got a contract with Everton until 2024. Before Everton, he managed Chelsea. You know, he got sacked from Chelsea last season, Lampard. And before Chelsea, Lampard managed Derby. Before Lampard, Everton had Rafa Benitez. They sacked Rafa Benitez earlier on this season. Before then, had Carlo Ancelotti. Everton were good under Ancelotti. I think they should have kept him, but Ancelotti left Everton, you know, to make a return to Real Madrid. And before Everton have had Duncan Ferguson as manager, I think he's had 2 spells as Everton manager as Duncan Ferguson. At one point they had Marco Silva that was very inconsistent under him, so they sacked him. A while ago they had Roberto Martinez. To be fair, Everton were very consistent under him. And a long time ago they had David Moyes, and David Moyes did endure 11 years as the Everton manager. So reflecting on that, he was a long-serving manager. Let me put into the equation that Everton have lost players. You know, in January this year, they lost Lucas Digne to Aston Villa. They lost James Rodriguez. They lost Moise Kean. I think Moise Kean's now at Juventus. They don't have Theo Walcott now, he's at Southampton. They also lost Leighton Baines. So there you go. Man United have done transfer business with Everton before. You know, don't forget we got Wayne Rooney off them back in 2004. Rooney did endure 13 years as a Man United player. So he left us in like 2017. He's our all-time leading goal scorer with 253 goals in all competitions. And we got Lukaku off them back in 2017. Lukaku did endure a couple of years at Man United. And then when we let him go, he went to Inter Milan. Now, obviously, Lukaku's at Chelsea. He's in his second spell at Chelsea. And we got Fellaini off them back in 2013. Fellaini did endure 6 years at Man United. And when we let Fellaini go, he went to China from Man United. I don't know where he is now. Is he still in China? I haven't really looked it up. Man United were missing some players yesterday, but not a great deal. Obviously, we was missing Cavani because Cavani's still injured. We was missing Luke Shaw. He's injured at the moment. There was no McTominay and there was no Raphael Varane. Manchester United's next game is Norwich City at Old Trafford. Well, Man United should be winning that one. After the defeat to Everton yesterday, Rangnick's come out and said that it's going to be difficult for Man United to finish in the top 4. I reckon Tottenham will get the top 4. Rangnick, he's been Manchester United's interim manager for over 3 months now. It initially said he's Man United's interim manager until the end of the season, then he's expected to take up a consultancy role for a further 2 years. He said when he begins a consultancy role, he will only work 6 days a month. You know, there's been good performances under Rangnick. There's also been poor performances as well. But I think he's been totally blameless for the poor performances. You know, the players have had to take responsibility for that. I told you I've got a lot of respect for Rangnick. I think he is a very, very good coach. You know, before Man United, he was the head of sports and development at Lokomotiv Moscow. And Rangnick, don't forget, did not get backed in the January transfer window this year. It's the only transfer window he's enjoyed as Man United's manager. But I do believe Man United need a change of manager, and we also need a new squad. So we need to see a revamp at the club. Because a lot of these players are not good enough. And these players that are good, but they're just not showing how good they can be. You know, we're a team of individuals, you know, we're not actually playing as a team. If we played as a team, then we'd probably be up there with the likes of City, Liverpool and, you know, the rest of them. Anyway, I've been talking with you a lot about Erik ten Hag. The Manchester Evening News recently said that Erik ten Hag dismisses Man United job as rumours. Earlier on this week, it said Manchester United, you know, were close to appointing Erik ten Hag as the new permanent manager. You know, Erik ten Hag has a release clause of around 1.6 million, which is cheap. A few weeks ago, ten Hag got interviewed for the Man United job, and he did tell the Man United chiefs that he needs 5 years to overhaul the club. Ten Hag will target around 3 Premier League players if he's appointed as Man United's next manager. Those 3 players are Harry Kane, Declan Rice and Ruben Neves. And he said that he wants to bring Robin Van Persie back to Old Trafford. as part of his backroom staff, but it recently said that Robin van Persie turned down the opportunity to work as a coach with Erik ten Hag at Man United. You know, Rangnick's already said a few times that he wants Erik ten Hag to become Man United's next manager, and a lot of Manchester United fans would like to see him get recommended in. You know, there's still a lot of rumours coming out about Mauricio Pochettino. You know, Man United are looking for the 5th permanent manager since Sir Alex Ferguson. You know, Man United have sacked 4 permanent managers since Ferguson. So anyway guys, that's everything to update you with. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel if you do consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless. See you all again very, very soon.